to this computer. So hi everybody, and thank you very, very much for joining us today. And sorry for the short notice. As I said, we got the message about being awarded the money for the series quite late, and because of the delays and the lockdowns, we did hope to do this series in the physical format, but of course that went out through the window quite quickly. And because we wanted to accommodate the biggest possible amount of artists, we had to wait for the decisions about the support. So thank you very, very much. And what I want to do with you today is just give you a very short introduction to the series and to the concept, how we planned it, but it is completely open for discussion. And then the main part of today will be you introducing yourself. It is so far important that you will be working in tandems, and you should, from this introduction, get an idea who you would like to connect with and who you feel that you could work with to present each other works, okay? And then at the end, we talk about practicalities, what, when, how, to get everybody a good overview. Is that cool?
Yes.
That's cool.
Fantastic. And I hope by 7:30 we should finish. If we finish earlier, that's fine. That's probably, well, nobody would complain about it. Yeah, Dennis?
Monika,
Sure.
I wanted to tell you that before at 6:30 I have a class, a university class. Is that okay? Could I?
Absolutely. So we just, stay as long as you can, because it is also for you important to meet as many artists as possible.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll stay until the last minutes.
No. It's just if you have your class, you have your class, and we all know that even now the meetings are overlapping. So we will try to keep it as short as possible. But I also want to give everybody 3 minutes so that everybody gets a chance to present their work. So okay, guys. About the series and myself. There are many familiar faces and friends, but for those who are first-time applicants for the New Voices of Ireland, I'm Monika Sapielak, co-founder of the Center for Creative Practices. I'm independent curator, producer, arts manager, and have been working in the area of supporting migrant artists in Ireland for the last 10 years. And what we are trying to do, we try to organize at the moment a virtual, but have a space, physical, mental, intellectual, where migrant artists can come together and can exchange their practices, can learn from each other, but also can be showcased to the local wider audiences. And we also look after the area of sustainability and capacity building as far as possible. So the series has been run since 2013. Every year before, we presented 10 artists, as I said, in the multidisciplinary intercultural shows, starting from our own venue in Dublin, which we lost, unfortunately, in 2015, and then in different venues in Dublin. This year, not to cancel the show, we decided to do this format of open studios online, virtual meeting of artists among themselves, where they meet each other, learn about each other, and help each other to present themselves. And we want to produce with you, or you actually will be producing 20, 15 to 30 minutes videos, Zooms, live streams. It is all quite open at the moment in terms of the format, where each of you will be talking about themselves, or the other artists will help them, will ask questions about their work. It's not interview, but could be interview. It is something we will define later on today. Okay, and Everybody for this work will be remunerated. It's €500 per artist. That is your fee for the contribution, and the content which we will produce will be presented on CFCP's website, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Will be all. You are also more than invited to share it to wider audiences, to write about it, to write about the whole event. I don't know how to initiative, how to call it. Okay, I think that's the main introduction from my side. Are there any questions? No? Cool, fantastic. Then let's start with the introduction. And I would like everybody to stick to, if possible, to 3 minutes, because we have at the moment 14, but 20 artists were invited. And 3 minutes, multiplied, that takes time. But it would be very, very great if you could pay attention to it and try to connect through it, or just see who do you think you would be a good match for you. And maybe before I just pass the floor to you, the interviews, the videos, the short introductions, presentations of who you are, what you do, and your art, they should be as creative as possible. We don't want to produce something really boring, standard, etc. We want this to become an artistic event as far as possible. So feel free to be really open-minded, free, be crazy if you want. It has to fit with your art. It has to fit with your idea, but of course it has to benefit you, because it's not about just producing something that completely will not be seen or resonating. Okay, so we have to try to harvest this, that you get something you can show, we can showcase you, and everybody can share it. Is that more or less the idea? But as I'm saying, it's completely open. So let's start. I have you on the screen, so if you don't mind, I will be just asking one by one so that we don't have people clashing with each other. And feel free, guys, to ask questions or make suggestions, but maybe keep it concise, keep it short if you are asking the artist who is presenting, and to avoid any background noise and to avoid any distractions, maybe let everybody to mute ourselves when the person is presenting. Is that cool? Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. Irina, you are the first in my left corner. Would you like to start? You have to unmute yourself for this. Perfect.
Yeah. So hello, my name is Irina. I am from Romania. I moved to Ireland in 1993 and I'm a filmmaker. And I have been a filmmaker back in my country. So yes, my kind of interest at the moment is it's kind of the landscape of migration, and it's about how our stories fit in the land where we live, and connected with the story of Irish migration. And it's about the experiences that the similarities of the experiences and the gap between the years, the gap that is between our experiences as leaving one place, moving in another place, leaving something behind. And yet, even though places that I visit, the people moved, let's say for 100 years or 50 years, the experiences are the same. And to me, it's the connection that you can have with the place through knowing other people's experiences that they had that before, as well as about memories, prosthetic memories, and it's kind of trying to understand like how we feel about different places, what memories they're triggering us and what's those connection. And in this process, I would like to kind of think of a documentary, if you want, interactive documentary with a kind of a virtual experience, that when people are part of this process, that art that we're doing, they could enter into our let's say life a little bit more, or we can share this life with them. I don't know if I explained very clearly what I like, but to me this is kind of those voices that we have, the power of those voices, and to put them together and come up with this common human experience that is about, you know, of course, identity, place, memory, and that's kind of what
This is your project, and would you like to talk a bit more about the art you make? You said documentaries, you said interactive. If you want to show something, guys, feel free to show something, because
I don't have anything at the moment. Like I didn't prepare anything for today, but
okay.
What I would like to kind of is to show and to talk about what I do, and just get all those feedback for people, like in the same place that I am at the moment, you know, just to see. But I didn't prepare anything.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't actually ask anybody to prepare anything, rather really to make a presentation of your art or of yourself as well. So if you, what type of films do you make, if you could share it? And
right now?
Yeah, or in the last 5 years?
It's just the work that I do is documentaries. I like as well working with archive and with memories. So
Okay.
my work is around this memory, reenacting memories and the meaning of them. Archive, looking at archive and different with different perspective, different glaze, and looking at archive and trying to understand.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Sorry, I think with Monika, I'm very interested, because I'm already thinking that maybe we could team up, because I write migrant stories. So I know what Monika was probably meaning. Like, what format do you work at? Do you make like animations, or do you actually make like films? Or
Yes, I work with real people, and I work with archive, not animation. No.
Okay.
Oh no, do you actually make videos?
Videos, yes, films. I edit them.
Yeah.
I direct them.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant. It's practical, or because I was interested in. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think we could maybe connect.
Yes.
Okay, Irina. Let's stop it by this. Thank you so much. And yeah, it is, as you notice, it is much more difficult to, in concise form, to convey a message, who you are as an artist, and how you can connect with another artist, that you can enhance each other in the conversation. You can highlight the important parts of what you do, and that's what we will be trying to reach with this series. Barbara, would you like to continue or to take over?
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Hi. So I'm an artist, a visual artist, and mainly a painter, and I also trained as a community artist. So I do a lot of socially engaged community art practice. In the last 5 years, I've done 5 projects. 3 of them are still current. One of them is where I invited women from all over the world to knit a baby square to honour the Tuam babies, the 796 Tuam babies who are considered to be buried at the site in Tuam. And we made a baby blanket with pieces from hundreds of women all over the world, and we brought it to Tuam and laid it out on the burial site. I didn't bring it to the site to carry it on. The survivors and relatives of the missing children did. So that was very powerful. Another project which is current is one that I do online called Flowers for Loved Ones, which is where I paint a flower as a tribute to somebody who has been affected by COVID-19, either through illness or death, or you know, as somebody who's working, you know, in the healthcare. And I've had a lot of requests, and I pick a flower from my garden and I paint it quite detailed, delicately, and I post that up online with a tribute to the person. So that's current as well. And the last project which I'm working on at the moment is with the National Collective of Community-Based Women's Networks, and they have 17 groups around Ireland. And we're asking the women to write their stories of living with COVID-19, and they're sending them to me, and I'm taking text from each story and I'm painting a picture of their description and their experience and their feelings. So they're very expressive, emotional paintings. So I think in my community art practice, I'm all about linking with other people, with working with people who are not necessarily trained artists. It's really working with anybody who wants to have a voice. And I feel that I like to engage with the different people. I'm also working with a girl in Germany, and we're working about issues that are current in the news to women, like the issues in Poland and the cervical smear scandal, things like that. So most of my work is about working with other people, communicating with other people and connecting with them.
Perfect. Barbara, thank you very, very much. It was concise, and it is a very, very good summary. This blanket, baby blanket project is amazing, guys. If you haven't heard about this, please have a look at Barbara's website or Facebook, because it is incredibly powerful. And the whole way the blanket has been knitted by 750 women, is that right?
Well, some of them were groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe about 300 women, mm-hmm. but women from all over the world, and a lot of people who actually had aunts in mother and child homes or had a grandmother. So everybody had a story. So the project is called Stitched with Love. It's on Facebook, and the blanket also actually went to Sarajevo, where it was held by the Bosnian women war survivors in circle. So that was very emotional.
Thank you, Barbara. And if you obviously all notice Barbara is not a migrant artist, but we always try to have at least one local artist, especially artists working with communities, to become a part, that we are not building ghettos, that we are not dividing ourselves, that we are building dialogues and bridges between various artist groups. Barbara, really great to have you here. Okay.
Thank you.
Samantha.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I'm a photographer, and my latest project, which is for this, is called Silence. I think you can see that the book that's from the project that I've made, and it's a combination of my photographs of the demolition of the Clark Shoe Factory with workers that work there. So it's very much like a collage of the two images, the archival images that were taken from Facebook.
Would it be easier if you share your screen and maybe show it better? I hope it. Because I know the pictures, and they are really, really very impressive, and the images, really, really cool work. But of course, you probably, who doesn't know it, you cannot see it very well.
Is that better? I don't know if that's that better.
Not really. No, you would have to have it on the screen then. No.
Close up.
No, it's a bit too far away from the camera.
Oh,
Or maybe if you put it, oh yeah, put it closer.
that okay? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the front cover.
So you,
And then as you turn the page, it's these archival images from Facebook, so they're from different time periods. And then what I did is cut out the male figures, and my original photographs are revealed behind it. So it just goes, when you see the page behind, that's the shoe factory at different stages of demolition into a car park. So that was when the whole shoe factory was completely cleared, and they were just starting to make the car park. And
sorry, I'm stopping you. Could you back to not share the screen, because your window is very small. You just your laptop.
How did I do that anyway?
oh yeah.
You can't see yet. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, guys, if you click and the speaker's view, you would see her screen or the image much closer. View options.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Fit to window. No. Original size. What?
Is that, how is that?
Oh yes, I can see it completely as a full image on the.
Anybody else? Is anybody else able to see? Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, fine. So and that it was the car park for the shopping centre, which is in the background there. The shoe factory was like a white elephant for about 20 years. It was built in the 30s and 40s. So I was combining images of doors in the shoe factory with people who had worked there. During the history of Clark's, there's usually lots of parties, social gatherings, and these were kind of party pictures that were taken of people who attended. I don't know if I need to show more. Will I show more pages?
No, I think that's absolutely enough. If you want to wrap up with 2-3 more sentences about yourself, if there's anything you want to add, please feel free. And if
well, I got interested in using archival material with this project from Facebook and researching the shoe family, going to their original shoe factory in Somerset in England. And there was a swimming pool that was bequeathed by one of the Clarks for the female workers. So they didn't have to go into the river with the male naked bathers and stuff like that. So that was kind of interesting to find that she was like a suffragette. She was very much for kind of workers' rights, educating like kids, because at that, you know, in 30s and 40s, like children, 14 and 15-year-olds were going and working in factories. And she.
And where was the factory based? Because not everybody knows it.
It's in the UK. Where am I based?
Did the factory?
Oh, the shoe factory is in Dundalk. It's kind of close to the border. And I think the reason that it was chosen there were some tax breaks by the Fianna Fáil government at the time on imports. So that's why they based the factory there.
Okay.
This is where I've been living for the past.
Samantha, I will stop you here, if that's okay. Oh, it is frozen. Hello. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Can you hear me, guys? Samantha,
No questions or anything?
I will stop. I've lost you for a moment, guys. I hope it is reconnecting. Hello. Oh God. Hello, everybody. Hello. Are you there, guys? I've lost everybody for a moment.
Silence, so they have a bit more of a voice.
Okay, Samantha, if you, we will.
Participants in the.
Okay. Samantha, I have to stop you because we are well over 5 minutes now. And guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus, thanks God. Okay, perfect. And maybe we will stop the questions for Samantha because we need to be fair on everybody. Jordanis, do you want to take over?
Yeah, of course. So I am from Greece. I started playing music when I was 13 or 12 years old. I started with guitar. I started making my own songs straight away. And I started touring and playing the guitar professionally for bands, making my own bands as well. I started playing rock music. Then I started playing traditional Greek music, two genres that I still do. And then later on, I went into the contemporary classical music. So I play the piano. Also, since I came in Ireland, I found the proper environment for me to learn and play the piano. So it's 2.5 years that I'm playing the piano, and I did an album lately also. So I'm playing the guitar, the piano. I'm a singer mainly, and here in Dublin I maintain a band called The Fallen Ones. This band has played some gigs in Dublin already. Unfortunately, now we're not playing due to COVID-19 restrictions, but we'll keep up later on. We have our first EP album. And so I have 3 projects. One is piano, one is rock project, and another one is for the Greeks that are back there. My Greek music, the way I give my perspectives and I share my ideas in my own language. Now the project that I had in mind is not the Greek. I wouldn't like to do the rock here, but it would be interesting maybe to share the tracks feeling analysis of my latest album, which is called As the Leaves Fall, and it's just instrumental music, piano only. And this could be something interesting. Otherwise, I have to suggest 2 more projects, which are more academic, I could say, which is the projection of the different feelings in music. That's why I'm playing many music genres, because music can project different feelings. Are you here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, you are recorded. We hear you, and yes, we're listening to you. Cool.
Very good. One could be that, but I said no. Then I thought that, what about the psychological reactions to the intervals, the music intervals, you know, the small and the big interval. You have the one semitone, and then you have the tone, and then you have the 3 tones. How this applies psychologically on the human brain. This could be and the different music scales. This was the second project that it's a more academic approach. And then I said, maybe it's a more simple thing, even for the people, something simple to understand could be just the analysis of my latest album, The As the Leaves Fall. What do you think? I don't know.
I think, you know, this is a tricky thing, because of course it is fantastic to have analyses that are going deeper into things, but maybe because we are presenting yourself, if we could give at least some part for giving the general, I don't know is the answer actually, because on the one hand side I would say, yeah, give the general feel, give the overview, but it might not go deep enough, you know. Let's leave it maybe open.
I have a question.
And you, just a second,
suggestion.
and just a
Yes.
second, and work with the artist who you will be partner with, and see what you come up with. You know, we don't need to be nice here. We don't need to be boring here. That's not about it. It is about really showing something what you want to show, what is interesting. What if it's kick-ass, it's kick-ass. Sorry for being maybe direct, but we want to,
Yeah.
it is an artistic project. It's not just a documentary and showing, okay, this is the biography and there are some aspects of somebody's work. It is nice as well. We need this as well, but we want to also do through it as much art as possible. Okay, so let's leave it. Viviana, you had a question.
Me? Well, I have, well, I already have an idea for what he wants to do that could fit mine. And I'm delighted to see 3 people spoke, and I can see there's so many ways we can work together. And that's very exciting with the selection of people here, at least for what I was planning. And I just, it's very exciting, but I don't know if it's not my 3 minutes, but if you
No,
want, I can,
no.
okay, I can, you know, but I thought I found connection with what he was saying and how that could be an artistic project with something I have.
Wait, Viviana, there will be, I guarantee you, if you don't find a connection with almost everybody, I will be worried. That's the whole plan. And it, you know, that doesn't mean that the collaboration has to finish with this project. If after this, we come up with something to follow, we can reapply and try to continue. It's not only one-off, because if interesting installations or projects or any type of events come out from it, publications, we are open as long as we will be able to convince the Arts Council or somebody else to give us the money. We will run the project. So keep your mind open. This is your also chance to meet artists who you wouldn't that easily meet, and yeah, we don't know where it leads at the moment. Just let's give everybody a chance to introduce themselves, and we will take it from there. Okay?
Could I ask your Dennis to put up your website or something in the chat box so that we can check?
Of course. Here you are. That's it.
Everybody, please, if you have websites, if you have material you want to share, put it in the chat. That will be also recorded, that people can check it, cross-check it for each other. Okay?
Yeah, I think to conclude, I think that maybe the As the Leaves Fall album, a nice analysis of the tracks and a nice piano presentation would be better, I think.
Keep it open. Let's see what happens.
Let's see.
You can end up doing an improvisation to somebody's performance. You don't know.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's easy.
It's really this open, and then within this you talk to each other. You know, it's really for us now to decide what will be the end product. Thank you so much, Viviana.
Thank you.
Me? All right. Okay.
Viviana,
thank you so much.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
No, Viviana. Just a second.
Hi, everybody. Hi, sorry. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm a writer, translator, and activist. I'm based in Northern Ireland, in Belfast, and I'm originally from Italy. So my I write bilingual in Italian and English. And I'm very, in English, I basically write poetry. And I'm interested in poetry as a way to connect with the public, people. So before the pandemic, I ran a few projects about poetry in public spaces. And during the pandemic, I worked with Sheila, who is also here, on a project called Letters with Wings. I can put in the chat the link. This project came from the idea that we were locked down in our houses. And so we had the opportunity to connect emotionally with artists around the world that are in prison for defending human rights and freedom of expression. So we invited the public to send poetic letters for Poetry Day Ireland in our social media pages. We collect all these letters. That was amazing because we collect more than 700 letters from all over the world.
Wow.
And these letters were simply beautiful because people were very creative. They created a piece of art with words and images. And when the pandemic will be over, hopefully, we will be able to send these letters, because at the moment the prisons cannot accept materials from outside. So
wow.
we are just waiting. But the main achievement of Letters with Wings, and just talking about this project, but many other projects I'm doing are very similar to this one. So just take it as an example. So this project, the main achievement was to create a space where we are together thanks to art. And the art was poetry in this case, but also visual arts, because people used images. And we got contribution for people who professionally work with art, but also people who are not professionals or not artists. So it was great to find this space where we work together. And also another things that is very important to me is working with the different languages. So for example, with the Sheila, again, we created a collaboration for using poetry as a space for expressing with different languages. So the main idea is that we can create a common vision and express this common vision with different languages. Mm-hmm. So again, the idea behind is to open a new space thanks to art. So a space that we didn't know was there. And
how many languages did you use in this way?
So at the moment, we are 4 of us working on this. I use Italian and English, Sheila uses Hungarian and English, another poet uses Xhosa, a language from South Africa, and English, and another poet is from Northern Ireland. So, but we are trying to create a space where many different artists can join and use their own languages and create.
Fantastic. Really, really, really interesting. There's so much in this. Fantastic. Super. Thank you so much.
Very welcome. Thanks for inviting and being here.
Pleasure.
Viviana, do you do Greek? Do you do Greek? You do almost all the languages of the universe. Greek? No?
All the languages. I mean, it's not a matter of picking a specific language. It's a matter of connecting. So it's a matter of being there and use different languages. Can be any language. I mean, for example, for Letters with Wings, we received letters from different countries, and people wrote us in different languages. We, of course, asked for, when possible, to get an English translation, because we were then reporting this project here in Ireland, so we needed the English. So if it was a language that we didn't know, we needed a translation. So that was a...
Viviana, I have to stop you. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, really, really good.
Thank
really
you.
Good, Grace. Mirjana, you are the next.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have 12% on my battery and a problem with my charger. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to get on Zoom on my phone, but I need to update the app and my internet is a bit bad. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly say, yeah, I'm a writer, a performer, and a facilitator, and for this, I'd like to maybe use the performing and writing aspect of my art. So I already had like a couple of ideas, because it's great, because for example, I wrote a play ages ago that I performed, and it's been developed now visually and with audio with the theater in Dublin. So that's amazing. So now I have a pile of projects that I want to do. My second play, this play was shortlisted by BBC a couple of years ago. These are both monologues about migration. One is migration to Ireland, the other one is migration to England. And it's kind of like spoken word, the second one. So I had plans to make it, but I had terrible problems and I had to cancel it because I didn't have financial resources. So anyway, I would like maybe to focus on that one because it's a migrant story. So already seeing that there are filmmakers here and visual artists here, and musicians. So maybe, like if anyone was interested to maybe make a short film, like animation, I don't know, whatever it is, or maybe compose some music for it, or maybe visual arts maybe make some kind of
Don't worry about the
pictures,
project
because I had
now. Just talk about yourself for a second, and if you
so tell the
maybe
project.
Don't worry about just trying to design anything, because
because it's all
we've lost you.
Yes, I understand. Sorry. So my projects are basically two one-woman shows, which are monologues, and then my third project is another story about migrant, but that's a theater play, so I don't think they'll be useful. And then I do write poems and stuff, and I could write something, and I got interested in an idea.
If I can help maybe for a second, because because saying I do write a monologue or play, it doesn't really actually convey what Mirjana does. They are very powerful. Women monologues from a perspective or happenings, like she is more or less in her underwear and she has a sign, "Who am I?" and people come and dress her, pick dresses or whatever clothing she collects from somewhere, and they dress her and they build her identity. Or the women she presents in her writing are people who went through lots of different things and experiences, and how to say it, they're quite rough, they're quite tough actually, and very, very engaging. So maybe if you could, when you describe what you do, try to give a little bit more substance, because the genre not always, actually very rarely expresses what you really do as an artist, and that's what we are trying to source out here. Okay, I think we've lost her as well, but I hope you got a little bit at least of an impression. And I don't know if she managed to put her link to her website on the chat. If not, she might reconnect. Okay, Nazrin.
Monika, could you remind me that could you remind me the name of that girl, because her name was not written on her link?
Mirjana, and now ask me for the last name.
Mirjana.
Mirjana, okay. Yes, exactly. Mirjana, are you there?
Mirjana.
Can you hear us?
Yes, hello, thank you. I got you on my phone.
Okay, fantastic. I was continuing for you. I was talking about Who Am I, your happening, and I was talking about the girl. Where are you? The girl, was she a waiter? The girl from the last monologue you presented in the light?
Oh yeah, that was, she was, sorry, so she worked in a hotel, so she'll be an older woman who had a daughter. It's just a new person in Ireland who's just arrived and told me her story.
Mm-hmm. So also the stories are based on
a real person.
Encounters. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And now can I just say, so as I said, I had this play that I want to make as my second play. So if we are to make a significant project with this, so this could be a step forward for me to collaborate with someone who can visually or with audio enhance what I have written and what I could maybe do as a spoken word. So that's one suggestion. And another is, my father just died, and it was a sudden shock to the system. And I was just thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I think, and then again, any of the artists that do kind of visual audio art, if they could, you know, that would be, for me, that would be a very important project as well.
Thank you so much.
You know, but that's just would be something nice. So it's one or the other. It's great.
Nazarene, I asked you, but actually, if you don't mind, I will now go to Imogen Blue. Can you hear me? Hi. Do I pronounce it okay, or?
It's Imogen Blue.
Imogen. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Totally fine.
My Polish origins are coming through. Imogen Blue, guys. So, would you like to take over and introduce yourself and what you do?
Sure. First of all, I'm so sorry that I'm a little bit late. I had a meeting previous to this, so
okay.
Hi everyone. I kind of missed a few. I'm Imogen Blue. My pronouns are she, her. Basically, I work as an artist. Currently, I'm on residence in the U.S., so at the moment, I'm actually not in Ireland, which is, it's like a big, time difference, but it's all right. We can make it work. So basically, my art practice encompasses performance, video, and photography. My work specifically looks at the stage as a space for suspension of disbelief. Often in my practice, I look to ask the question, what is a trans space? And what is a capability for a trans space? And I think that film and cinema very directly engage that idea. Because once someone steps onto a stage, their identity, everything to do with that person becomes a flux and can be changed.
We've lost you.
Okay, I'm sorry, someone said I lost you. I was like, oh no. So anyway, in my work, I often use performance or vocal audio. There's a lot of writing. I was going to try and show something, but I think it's much too long. So I'll just pop into the chat my website again, and you can take a look at some of the video stuff that I do. I am mostly interested, or I guess in my last project in Dublin, I made this solo exhibition called Liturgia with A4 Sounds. And that project worked alongside TENI, the Transgender Equality Network Ireland, and Gender RIP. And we were my project was looking specifically at the rise in trans murder worldwide and trying to create, I made this film piece around this idea of trans women as martyrs, because when a trans woman dies, she becomes a martyr for the community. She's posted on social media, her name and her face become, a martyr for the cause of trying to change social politics. And then they're quickly forgotten about by the rest of the world, not in the trans community. And so a big part of my practice is looking to create a space where I'm recentering trans women and trying to access or create dialogues and bridges between communities that might not necessarily understand trans social circles, trans experiences, and building bridges between them and other spaces.
Perfect, super. Thank you so much. Didn't know you are in the US, and are you coming back to Ireland, or what?
I will be. Yeah, I will be. I'm currently on an artist residency in DC at Halcyon Arts Lab. Yeah.
Okay. No, I hope we all will meet one day. Hopefully in person as well. And fantastic. Thank you so much. Any questions?
For me? Any questions for me or
yes,
for you?
For you.
Just a comment. Fantastic work.
Sure.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm sorry?
just said fantastic work.
Oh, thank you.
Just
thank you very much.
No question, just comment.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I just wanted to ask about like trans experiences during COVID, like not being able to go out and so not being able to dress up or put makeup on to go out. Is that have an emotional effect or, you know, body dysmorphia or any of those types of issues?
Samantha, I'm so sorry because it's not now related to our project and we don't want to keep everybody too long. This is very interesting question. I would love to hear the answer, absolutely, but maybe let's leave it for the end and we could have maybe just when we covered up. I'm so really sorry because this is so useful to have this ideas popping up and questions coming up, but I think if we allow it, then we can lose the focus and we won't get sorted what we need today. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Monika?
Sure, you have to go.
Maybe yeah, it's better if I go now. Guys, really nice to see you all. We'll do this. It's gonna be great. Okay.
There are some musicians in the group you will meet now. So then at least try to see the links when we publish this, and if you can come back, try to come back because that would be also musically could be quite interesting. You know, we have really good musicians here, guys.
Monika, I wanted to tell you that I feel delighted that I've been chosen by you. Thank you very much.
Oh,
we're going to do great
not
things.
only me, and I know I'm delighted that we can continue with this project. I think there is so much potential in it.
Yeah, guys.
So, okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, I have to switch off my camera just for 2 seconds, but I don't want to delay us. So don't worry, I'm there. I will be listening. I just need to check something on my computer. Nazarene, would you like to take over and continue?
Sure.
Super,
hi everyone. My name is Nazarene. I'm born in Tehran, and in 2012 I moved to Ireland. I'm a visual artist. I do photography, mixed media, and recently I do painting as well. If it's possible, I want to share, I have some picture while I talk. Maybe you can look at my work. And it's about I started to work as a painter, and I drew this, and is the soul search for the truth and six enlightenment. These are my recent paintings, which I use only white color, acrylic, and then blue powder, which I think they call it in English lapis lazuli. These are my photograph. This is a mixed media drawing and my own pictures. And then I use the body, and I like the idea of everything be surreal, time and space. The work is aim to achieve the impersonal. It's like I put another skin and focuses on the body, but it wants to escaping the boundaries placed upon the body as well. This is another project I'm working on called Versatility's Multiple Photograph Project. I use the human body, and then I use the mirroring, texture, and texture helps to reveal the emotion behind the figures. I call this a split mind. The mind is split with the line creating two seemingly contrasting sides in binary opposition, like yin and yang, shadow and persona. Both sides seem opposing, but in truth feed each other, but are always equal. I mean, all evaluation in this duality are the same, like objective, subjective, strong, weak, feminine, masculine. We remain a slave within the box until we disidentify with it and find way out. And my aim is to question both sides of this duality and invite observer to consider the freedom found outside the split mind. This is another project I worked on. It's large scale black and white photographs. It's mirroring and duplication. I took this picture inside the building under construction in my country. The work uses images from the past, but it's shaped by the experience of cultivating a new identity in the here and now. I want to invite the observer to experience the unstable and unsettled perception, to consider what it feels like to have their sense of self, home, and identity profoundly shaken. So these are from all work is 2019 and 2020. I used to work with the concept of repressed femininity. These are much older projects. Recently, I'm working in 2 projects to collaborate with other artists. And I was invited to be in biennial in Mako. So that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Great.
Very good. Congrats.
Thank you.
Any questions, guys? That's fine. But I think everybody's just digesting and taking on what is presented. That is very, very cool. Tila. And thank you, Nazreen, of course.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cila Toldi. I'm originally from Hungary. I came to Northern Ireland in 1998, but most of my life I lived abroad. I was 18 when I left Hungary. And in the recent, I am a poet, I'm a writer, and I write in English. And it's interesting that through the work with Viviana, I started to think about translating my own work into Hungarian again, so connecting with my own language again and finding inspiration in that, which is a new journey. But as I say, I write in English, and I have a few poetry collections. But my other work is I have a master's in script writing, and I made documentaries just basically out of frustration because I didn't find anybody to collaborate with, and then I decided that, okay, I will make my own films, and that's it. And so I started to make video poems, which are a combination of text. I will share my screen just so that you can look at the website where I exhibit them. I don't want to play them, but if you want to go on my website, you will see these video poems that I made. The first one was Point, and then the other one, some of them are made of found footage, like this Busokuseki Kika, which is a Japanese form of poetry. And every film poem is based on my own work, my own poem. So I write the text as well. Some of them are experiments with text on screen, like this one, The Illusion, that has no voice, no human voice in it, but text on screen. So it's a very interesting subject, and I'm actually very interested in metaphors in video poetry. This one, Belfast Exposed, I made last year with New Voices Ireland group, and my colleagues gave their voices, and this was very interesting for me because I could include voices. So the same poem was read by many people in different accents in English, and I felt that this was really inclusive, and also because I wanted to give a voice to people. Everybody's complaining about having an accent and how you are looked at if you have an accent and all of that, so that immediately you are discriminated because of your accent. I wanted to bring this all into the poem, and actually the poem is about in the voice of a migrant who doesn't understand the graffiti on the walls in the street in Belfast. So that was an interesting project. It's 6 minutes long, and then at the moment after that I had another one which was a public art for Holocaust Memorial Day 2020, which was very important for me personally as well, because I'm from Hungary, and my mother told me all the stories about the Holocaust when she was a child, and all that discrimination that happened with Jewish people, and actually 400,000 Jewish people were deported from Hungary within a few months with the help of 200,000 Hungarians and a very few German soldiers. So all of that was an important issue for me. So I made this video poem, which will be then, it will be screened on Holocaust Memorial Day next year, which is the 27th of January. I think globally it will be kind of screened. And at the moment I'm working on another video which is about the earth. And then many people were talking about here in this group about the female voice and whether the earth is female or not. Actually, in my poem, the earth is female, and but it's an interesting idea to think about that. Can I only use female voices for it, or would it be interesting to include at least one male as well? So it's you give me guys a lot to think about. So this is my work, and I'm interested in, as I said, in poetry and in poetry in many languages and many accents.
Thank you, Gina. Fantastic. Do you have any questions, Adam? Questions or comments? If not now, then thank you. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name rightly. Boyegan, help me, please.
Okay. Good evening. With us, GB is a silent B. So
this is B.
Yeah, Boyega.
Boyega. Okay. Boyega. Thank you, and sorry for this. Would you like to introduce yourself and your work?
Okay, my name is Boyega, but my Irish friends call me Boye, apparently, and I'm originally from Nigeria. I relocated to Ireland from Belgium, where I lived for a few years in 2004. And myself, I'm a singer-songwriter. I play drums. I'm an instructor on percussion, and I play alto sax as well. I started a band by the name Colors Afrobeat in 2005. It was launched at the Drogheda Center then. It was very successful because it was a sold-out show. on the night, and that signaled something to me that the Irish people loved, this culture, And at every given time, it's a 12-piece multicultural musical project. It involves a lot of liaising with different kind of how do I say it now? Crafty musicians, who will be able to dabble into other style of music, because it's completely new to the audience at the time, 2005. So I remember at the time when the band was formed, we were about 6 nationals in the band, from French, British, Ghana, Nigeria, Ireland, So and it's always been like that, Brazil, till today, In 2016, I started a project as well, based on my collective experience, in the musical scene in Ireland, And I must say in 2013, after some years of experience with the band, playing a lot of different venues, Button Factory, Sugar Club, Twisted Pepper Den, and a few other venues, we were getting acclaim. So I recorded an EP in 2013 that was launched at the Sugar Club, and I was fortunate then to collaborate with my musical mentor. He's late now, Tony Allen. He was, he died.
I'm losing you. I cannot hear you, Boyega.
Sorry.
Just Ivan's here. Using CFCP. Is everybody back? Hi.
Music at my 2015 to go for my postgraduate diploma in media, business and cultural event management, design and technology. And it was a mandate at the time that you have to run a live event for profit. And in a real life situation, so I remember at the time, it was, I really had to raise the bar. I had about 22 sites of the A0 posters in Dublin, just to the industry standard, at the Button Factory. And it was also an opportunity at the time because I saw a gap, in the music entertainment sector between the mainstream and the ethnic minority group. We have friends in all different places. I have a lot of Irish friends, Brazil, Italy. I'm used to culture, and I often say of myself that I'm colorblind, but I saw that there's a gap, because people love this kind of art, but it's not being promoted very well. So I launched an organization in 2016 towards the award of my postgraduate diploma as well, Failure for Culture Ireland. And I'm told that failure in Irish means celebration, so the idea of this, the concept or the idea behind the Failure for Culture is to celebrate the two cultures together, because Ireland is my home away from home. And if you ask any of us that are here, genuinely doing what we're doing, following our arts, we are in love with the land, we are in love with Ireland, and how do we make that passion that is in our heart thrive in the land that we say we love, So, and that was what brought about the birth of Failure for Culture Ireland. And the idea of it too is to inspire and promote an unmissable Afrocultural event, an experience like no other.
Boyega, I've just lost because I've lost you for a moment. I'm not sure the connection between this and your music, and maybe I'm missing something.
I'm coming because I like to say
we have to move on. So if you could maybe wrap up.
It was launched in 2016 at the Button Factory, and also I had the privilege of collaborating with Tony Allen at the time, and actually before the lockdown, between April to date, I had a chance of playing a monthly residency at the Icos Dance Club on Thomas Street, and that we were doing until the lockdown. Actually, my March edition was meant to be 14th, and the lockdown started on the 13th. And my dream, I saw in this lockdown, we were not able to practice our art. It's been on my heart, to write a tune to celebrate the frontline workers, from the people that sells products in leading.
Look, maybe let's stop by this. And if you, because you are talking about different aspects of the interculturality, but how would you describe your music quickly? So maybe if you
my music too encompasses that. It's Afrobeat and other genre. It's not rock. It's not funk. It's not blues. It's my culture that I'm bringing into the country, but it's still being played. I have my drummer is an Irish, so that's what we do together. It's a lot of collaboration to coordinate 12 people for a project, but so far. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have to stop you here.
I'm going to share the link. We also have an EP out in 2018 that I titled AK-47.
Just post your link. I have to stop you. Sorry, we have to be fair on everybody, more or less, at least trying. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you got a good feel from Boyega. And of course, you have to listen to his music because that's the main aspect. Diviane or Helena?
Diviane.
Diviane, okay.
Yeah.
And Helena is your last name or?
My second middle name.
Okay. Okay.
So my name is Diviane and I'm from Brazil. And to talk a little bit about myself, language is my passion. And I studied psychology and I worked as a clinical psychologist for 5 years with children in orphanages, in mental health. And I did postgrad in psychoanalysis. And then after I decided to work with art. And then I started to study dance and to write. And then I started to work with children and adolescents in communities. And then I moved to Ireland to do the master's in art therapy. And at this moment, I am doing a kind of artistic investigation in relation to language, especially how to integrate dance, movement, and words, like spoken words and written words. And at the same time, how the senses are connected with language, like how we feel, how we touch, how we look, how we smell, how we taste, and how is the relationship between our senses and how we write, how we connect through language. And at the same time, I did like different works with children when I was working with them, like short films, musicals, and usually I work always in partnership with other artists. And in relation to my dance, I am always connecting words and movement. And at the same time, I worked a lot as a performance in public space, especially with writing. And I have one project called Looking Slowly. And it's about the relationship between this process of writing and speaking and the environment and everything what is happening around, how I connect with this through language. And yeah, and I'm trying to be like a concise. And I can share with you the links about the works that I have done with children. And I can share one article that I wrote about this artistic investigation in relation to dance, writing, and the sense that I call sensoriography. And yeah.
Super. Thank you. That's perfect. Definitely, you know, you will decide with whoever you work with, which aspects you concentrate. But I think you have very interesting artistic projects, and this language in the public space and connected with the movement. There's so much to show and talk about. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Any quick comment or question?
I just posted a link to a piece by Amanda Baggs that I think when you were speaking about your work, it reminded me of that. I wonder if you're familiar with Fred Moten and Wu Tsing's work around language and choreography. They've written a book that's quite great called Not in My Language, which takes its impetus from the piece that I sent you via the YouTube link. So
thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Fantastic. Thank you. Cinedum. Cinedum, are you there? Yes?
I was very unprepared for that introduction.
Don't worry. We didn't kind of plan to do presentations as such. Somebody has it is, of course, very, very good. But I'm sure you can talk about what you do. And
no, I mean more so when you called my name, because I still have like some cashews in my mouth.
Okay, don't worry. No, then finish your cashews, and we will move.
Too late, Monica. You rushed me. Monica. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
No stress. Hey.
So as you can see, my name is Chinedum, and I am quite a performer and somewhat of an entertainer and artist. Background is in business studies, did my bachelor's in business studies, master's in race, migration, and decolonial studies. And then most recently, I did a diploma in creativity and change in Cork. I think a lot of my work looks at, in terms of initially starting off as a performer, writer, dancer, I'll say I'm multidisciplined, as well as very undisciplined, because I like to touch on so many different mediums, because I need a lot of stimulants. I need to be stimulated a lot, just as an individual and within my art. And so initially started off as a performer and a writer, and a lot of my work has been reflections on self. I've been grateful that I've had a lot of opportunities that have forced me to really reflect on who I am as an individual and my positionality within the world and the agency I have to influence change. I think that's really what I try to do with my work, is to transpose this agency upon those. I think for me as an artist and as an individual, I'm really looking at this idea of consumption and how we consume, and as such as artists as well are being consumed by the public, and how do we consume ethically. And I'll just share, so this past year of 2020, I'm gonna keep it short. This past year of 2020, I've been grateful and lucky enough to have starred in a short film that got selected to be shown. I think it was based in South Africa, I've forgotten their name. And then most recently, I was in Lagos, Nigeria for the lockdown, at which point I started sculpting. I will share my screen and just show some images. Oh, yeah, go straight. Oh, smart. Let's see. Does it work?
Should be fine. I click that everybody can share the screen, so you should be.
Oh, this is way too. Oh, yeah. I'll just go back. Hold on.
You didn't share your screen yet.
Yeah, I'll go back and I'll just go to. Oh, it doesn't let me. Screen. Yeah, let's just do screen. Can you see my screen?
No,
now?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, cool. Let me know if at any stage you stop seeing it. So these are some of my works that I started doing while I was in Nigeria. And I worked a lot with found objects. So these were just objects that I found and I wanted to play again with our senses and with our minds. And this piece is called A Window into Worlds New. You can't see it because it's on the other side of it. This is what it looks like. So it's a granite slab and a window from a downfall bus that I just found. And the white strap is from packaging on boxes. So everything has been kind of like done by hand and copper. So this is what I was doing. I called this piece Deep Shit, kind of like speaking about the world. If you see the spherical nature. That's kind of like the earth, and speaking about the world and how it's in deep shit. So if you look at it, it's pulled and it's actually hung from the ceiling. And so again, you know, it's a piece that again just plays on humor. It's like the deep shit. If you think about the image of the piece and the deep shit, that this piece in theory and theoretically could fall on anyone, and then we would be in deep shit in terms of a possible death. I call this piece "Two Heads Are Better Than One," and speaks to like the brain drain of Africa. I don't know if you wait, hold on. Yeah, so this is what's at the bottom of it. So this is what it looks like. The entire piece. It's like a light bulb with spark plugs that never comes on. And then again, just having fun. I call this piece "Finding Jesus." So this was just like, again, two different pieces that I just found together, and I saw the cross and this idea for people to look up. So that's kind of what I do. I just kind of, I like to play around. I think, you know, fun is really much in a lot of the work that I do. I try and find beauty in the banal, and that's me.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Really great. And
yeah, and I shared a link as well of yeah, I'm also a poet and writer and yeah, spoken words. I shared a link of the work that I did with the Facebook Black Cat community, and then as of recently this year, or no, last year, this time last year, I supported I Am Irish to curate yeah, a performance of sorts to celebrate Black History Month at the Irish Embassy in London for the first time. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Can we go on now? Yeah. Leah? Hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm proud to be selected for the second year in this program. Last year was a very great experience because we had the physical exhibition, which was included in Culture Night, and
we cannot see you for some reason. I don't know if that's intended or. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm trying.
You just disappeared as soon as you. Oh yes, you're there.
So a little bit about myself. I am an environmental artist, meaning that works I'm doing are trying to discuss the environmental effects of our actions and our impacts as individuals. So important to about my work that I don't use any new material process of creating my artwork, only outside the natural. I think that my own process creating my.
I can't hear you, sorry.
There's something with your connection.
Okay.
It's breaking.
I'm not very sure. I'm sorry. I speak.
There's constant interruption.
Okay.
How good, bad is your internet? Or if you want, maybe reconnect. Would that help?
My internet is fine because I work from home, you know, in
okay.
And since I don't know March, I never did any, so I'm not very sure of the issue now.
Guys, can you hear, or is it only?
It was much better when you didn't have the video on. We could hear you at least.
Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I try to do a very brief description of myself. I'm originally from Romania. I am a Dublin-based multimedia artist. I work in photography, sculpture, art installation, art performance, painting, focusing on related to the sustainability and environmental art. Is the
Leah, I'm so sorry. I think maybe try to reconnect, because it's not doing you any justice. Okay, it's very, very difficult to follow. If you connect again, just leave the meeting and reconnect. You have the link. Okay, maybe it will be better. Okay, sorry for this, because I see from the faces that people have difficulty to hear you. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know how long it will take. We have one more artist. I do not see your name here. I'm so sorry. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Thanks, Monique. How are you? Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry about not typing my name. It's just a technology. My name is Nkosi Kona Ngobo from South Africa. Popularly known as Nkosi. Basically, what I do, I'm a visual artist, I'm a poetry, and then also I'm a writer. I'm currently studying my PhD in how artists use dress code to address social issues. So basically, to everyone, I'm more dealing with migration work. When I'm saying migration work, most of my work deal with pain, what people go through. I contributed in a book called Correspondent Analogy. It was launched last year, November, in Ireland. I was invited by Jessica and Stefan. I had 3 of my poems, but I'll share the link at the end, just so that I don't waste time. In the meantime, I'll show you what kind of my work, how my work looks like. So just want to switch the camera.
Do you mind maybe just repeating your name, because people are asking, they didn't get it?
Can I type it on the chat?
Please do that. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, let me type it on the chat so that I don't waste time. I'll try it now on the chat. I've already sent it.
Oh yes, fantastic.
Yes, at the back, yeah, this is kind of the style of the work I do. I only use 3 colors, which is black, symbolizing the struggle of black people, red, the blood that flows into the body, and then normally the blue, because most of the migration happen when people cross over the sea. So I normally use those 3 colors. This is some of my work that I normally, this is one of the work that I call it the lost mother. So basically, as I show you guys, that I use 3 colors. So I just wanted to make the camera close. And then one question that was raised, why the other artists didn't use men? I do men. So this is the kind of the style of the work that I normally do. And then I'll share just the link of, so that I don't waste time in terms of for other artists also to be able to share their stories. So I'm just gonna send the link. Recently I did a work about Zimbabwe struggle, which won the award in one of the exhibition in the Asian Caribbean, like Turkey. So I'm just gonna send that through, and then Monica, that's me, so that I don't waste time. But the rest, the link for my Instagram and my Facebook, I'll share it to everyone so that I don't waste time. So I thank you to everyone.
Perfect. And did you think, are you going to concentrate, or would you like to concentrate more on your writing or on your visual work, or both? Do you have any preference?
I would like to concentrate on the visual work. I would like to collaborate those who are, especially the poetry, who want to have an interpretation of the visual work.
Fantastic. Super. Perfect.
Yes.
Cool. So you sent
I'll share the links of some of the work so that people get a sense of what the style that I normally use in terms of my work.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And the book you mentioned early, because I wasn't sure if I got it. The book has been published already.
It has been published. It's in stores in I think in Ireland and most of the towns in Ireland. You find it in store. But I'll share the link of the book as well.
Please do. Please do. That's fantastic. Cool. Fantastic.
Thanks,
thank you so much. Hey, where is Leia?
Hi guys, I'm here. So I just checking. Are you?
We can hear you
hearing me better?
perfectly now. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank
So that's a great news. Now I'm feeling that I'm repeating myself, so I'm not very sure from where should I start. But I would like to mention that it's an honor for me to be selected for the second year in this program. The first New Voices of Ireland series was a great experience for me because it offered me this exposure. You know, being included in Culture Night was a very important stepstone in my career. And now I'm looking forward for what's coming next. So I'm glad to be here. So a little bit about myself. I am originally from Romania. I am a Dublin-based multimedia artist. I am working in the mediums of photography, sculpture, art installation, art performance, painting, and I'm focusing on the themes related to the environment. The sustainability and environmental art is my main umbrella. So what I'm trying to do is to show that it's possible to create art having a very low environmental footprint and having zero waste lifestyle together with my art. I'm just trying to show that it is worth trying because the happiness and you know the self I don't really know how to express this. I'm very proud of myself when I know that I'm doing my bit when it comes to the environment, because everybody's just trying to rip off, and you know, people are very, very self-centered and egoists, and you know, they are trying to build their lives around this consumerist mentality, which I'm trying to step away from. So I'm not very sure what else to tell you about my art. Except
you started talking about your materials as well, that you are...
Yeah, so my main challenge when it comes to my art project is to find materials which have zero environmental footprint, which can be translated in the concepts I want to relate in my artwork. So for me, it's very important to work only with upcycled materials. So plastic, it's a medium which, you know, it's found in a lot of my projects, and natural elements. So the first thing when I'm trying to think of a new piece, my base point is to find a material which is capable of relating the concept I would like to transmit through my work. So that's the main challenge, and the fact that everything is, you know, hand-sewn and hand-drawn. So I'm just trying to minimize my negative impact into the environment. I'm also proud to say that I won COVID-19 Crisis Respond Award, which was sponsored by Arts Council. And through this support, I was able to develop a new video-based art project in relation with COVID, which was done yesterday. So I'm very proud of the results, and yeah, I think that this opportunity will be a great opportunity to work with other artists and, you know, put my work out into the world.
Fantastic. Send if you want to share the link to the COVID related art piece, that would be brilliant. Thank you very, very much, Leia. I think we had now everybody presented themselves, or have I missed anybody? Everybody was true, yeah? Fantastic. Cool. Any comments, guys? Any questions before we go to the practical part of...
I have a comment. Are we going to pick the person who we're going to work with, or maybe send it to you by email? And
That is practicality. We will talk about this in a second. Yes, I will maybe just bear with me on this. We'll get back to it. But in terms of the presentations, artists or projects, or if you want to comment on something, or if you want to add something, then. Oh, you wanted to, maybe you missed something and you want to share something about your work. Let's give it another minute or two, and then we will move on to practicalities that we don't stretch it all too long, okay? Okay, there's probably not many comments at the moment. That's cool. Guys, going back now to Miliana's question, I think the best would be if you send to me your ideas, or even have one or two, because we need to match everybody. So we will make the final decision here. Of course, your influence is most critical here, but we will try to make sure, although we have to make sure that everybody has a good partner that they can work with, okay? And today is Thursday. Can I ask you to get back to me by Saturday, this coming Saturday?
Yes.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Imogen? Imogen.
Sorry, yes, perfect. Sorry, I just, so I was late to the meeting and I missed a few people's presentations,
okay.
which is my fault. But I just wanted to clarify what exactly, because I mean, from your email, it seems a bit vague. I would just like to clarify what exactly is,
what are we doing?
is it that we're yeah, I don't know.
That's okay. In terms of the presentations of other people, we do record the meeting, so you will get a chance to view it. I will try, as maybe even today or tomorrow, we will post it on CFCP's website under the archive, or both under the new voices, so that we have it and you can go back to it. That might be very useful. And if not today, then tomorrow, okay, at the latest. In terms of what we are doing, normally, just sorry guys, I will have to repeat myself. New Voices of Ireland is run as a physical event between multidisciplinary, intercultural artists. We cannot do it here, so we kind of do open studios, creative open studios idea that artists meet. Probably two at a time. Maybe there will be other groups, and produce two pieces of video between 15 to 30 minutes each. Video, which could be a Zoom conversation, it could be a live stream on YouTube, it could be a video indeed, if you can visit each other and want to, and it's really up to you. It can be as boring, which doesn't need to be boring, as an interview and talking to each other, trying to help each other to show their work and themselves, or doing something together, like interacting with somebody, or doing a performance with somebody, and maybe giving a little bit background about yourself. It is this open. So it is really up to you to connect with somebody and find out, okay, with this person, maybe we can put something nice together, or something kick ass together. It's not about being, nice and just informative. It is creative project and completely open. Okay. So and because we cannot do it in any different format, but we still want to artists to have a possibility to work and be remunerated for it. We are trying, we are improvising here as much as we can, and your input is as critical here as me giving some kind of framework for it, if that helps.
Yeah, no, completely. Thank you so much.
Yes, fantastic. Okay, cool. So let's go back to this practicalities. By Saturday, could you come back to me and share who do you think you want to work with? What do you think could work together? And and then by Sunday or Monday, by the latest, I would get back to you and confirm or make another suggestion. Okay, is that cool? Fantastic.
Yeah.
And now I want to look into the calendar because
Well,
it,
I was
yeah.
gonna ask Monika, because I felt like it was quite, in terms of getting to know each other, it was quite short.
Sure.
I don't know if it would be possible to maybe, I don't know if people consent to it, to share each other's details and maybe break out into smaller sessions that maybe we self-organize ourselves, just to, I don't know, ask a bit more questions and just to know, so that can inform our projects.
Okay, fantastic. No, definitely, guys. Would you like to? How can we do it? How can we? Because of course I can put you into breakout sessions. Maybe let's do twice or 3 times 5 minutes breakout sessions with different people. Would that help? That you
Yeah,
can...
like I just
like
imagine, like
speed
almost
dating.
like, yeah, almost like drop-in sessions where it's like, you know, people just have more time to speak about things, so we can get to understand. So I don't know, we don't rush into, so for example, you know, I don't rush into, because someone is, you know, a musician or a sculptor, I immediately think this is someone that, because again, we're like-minded, as opposed to someone that maybe if they just delved a little bit more about what they were doing, I would realize that even though they seem quite, you know, far away in terms of our art styles and medium, we are actually closer in terms of what we're doing. So it's that juxtaposition as
I
opposed
know
to similarities.
what you mean. It's a great idea. I'm just thinking, and please help me how to organize it. How would be the best way? Because what we have the Zoom, and they are these breakout rooms that can be people can be put into this either, you know, by deciding or randomly, and the time is we have to decide, are we doing it today, or maybe would be another session better?
Another session, yeah.
I think
maybe,
so too.
Maybe we can think about it in another session.
I think
Yeah,
so
that's what
too.
I meant. Yeah.
I think another session is probably more useful, because everybody's, you got the gist. Now you can think about this.
And we can listen to the recording as well.
Exactly. So what about?
Well, I have an idea actually. What if when people, because you said that you want people to send you in their projects, you know, or ideas. So I think about maybe people send you in their projects, ideas, or maybe themes that they want to tackle. And based off of that, you can create like maybe like 20-minute slots where different people that have mentioned different themes maybe come together. You can put like opposing themes together as well. So you can have these breakout rooms, you know, based off of ideas, projects, that people can speak about it a little bit more. You can ask questions, and then you can get to know, okay, is this something that I'll be interested in? What does, you know, you can even question, like, what does working on this project, what do you think it looks like? And that can, I feel that can better inform people's potential draft ideas and hold it in. I don't know, that's.
Yeah, what do you think, guys?
Yeah, it's a
But
very
I think I think my brother is correct in terms of there are more people who are more experienced in performance, and then you've got artists who are not experienced in performance. I think the more we share ideas, especially those who are in performance, will help us for us to craft the videos that you want to do. Because some of us, we're not exposed to video recording, and also we're going to be doing it online. So I think the guys...
Yeah, but can I interrupt? I mean, you can have 2 visual artists working in tandem and responding to each other's art. So it doesn't matter that the visual artist needs to have a performer.
But it might be more interesting,
collaborating with the same type of art.
But it might be more interesting, you know, that if you have maybe different, depends how people feel. That I think would.
Yeah.
Sheila, you wanted to? I'm timing our stuff here.
Would it be a better idea to maybe everybody sends you about 3 or 4 names that they are interested in?
And that's a good idea.
And then you could organize these meetings between those people, and then
I think
the final choice.
Just a second.
And then they make the final choice after they have talked to those guys.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
That was what I thought initially, but if I understand Trinidum, it's probably you feel you didn't get enough information about some people to make the decision yet.
Well, not necessarily that I didn't get enough information, but I feel like I could maybe ask some more probing questions that I can get to know people a little bit better. Because I feel like, you know, in these moments where, again, nothing was really planned, so we weren't really intentional, maybe, I don't know about others, but about the intentionality about what we spoke about. So it allows us to maybe, you know, I think of someone like Nasrim, you know, in terms of her mixed media, and me being a sculptor and a performer, what would that look like, you know? People that I normally wouldn't work with, you know, and I just think, oh, because she's doing that, I'm like, oh, cool.
And can I suggest something? I know we're gonna have it all recorded, but there's also an option that we kind of make more detailed, a little bio and send it by email, and everybody's little focus, whatever they want to focus on, it's sent to everyone, so you have time to read it in an email and kind of get a more detail. In case we can't do rooms, you know, that's just, I like the written thing, then I have it.
I would suggest something like this now, that if you want, guys, maybe let's finish the practicalities, but you could hang out here for another, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and use the chat. If you want to use the chat, you know, you can use the chat privately and just connect with the artists that you think there could be something more to explore from with each other, just to start with, and to see if that gives you any feedback. And then based on this, if you could get back to me by Saturday and send me 2 or 3 names, or 4 names if you want, the names you want to mention, and see that you would be interested in. And now the question is, if we set up another meeting just for the breakout rooms and maybe general answering final questions, when would it be? Just let me open the calendar and see where I am at. Do we want the question? Maybe, how can I put it? What I was thinking, that we will try to produce this, if possible, within the next 2 weeks, if that's doable. If that's too short, we can extend it, of course. But my initial idea to finish this project within this year was to make the connections quite quickly, give you 2 weeks till the end of November to produce the pieces, and we would connect by the end of November. I would connect with everybody, every tandem, to just make sure that everything, or during these 2 weeks, that everything is going accordingly to plan, or it's interesting enough. And then we could do first definitely, or even 30th of November, 1st December, Wednesday 2nd, Thursday 3rd, and then maybe 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, every day, to publish two videos, so that by the 16th or 17th of December, we would have everything published. This is just one thought, completely not even. Yes, Viviana?
Monica, sorry. I'm not sure I understood correctly. Did you mean to produce the video in 2 weeks?
To produce the material in 2 weeks, if you think it is doable, or is that too short?
For me, it would be too short, because meanwhile, in these 2 weeks, I have already my diary full. So while I can start to produce something, I think 2 weeks will be feasible for me to produce something original and nice and interesting to watch.
That is cool. Look, guys, I'm not in a hurry, and we don't need to be in a hurry. That was one of possibilities, but I'm very happy to say you take time till end of December, and we start then presenting it from January.
We might get a better quality if we have more time to research.
Perfect. That is absolutely fine with me, and this is completely not a problem.
I think it's good to kind of take time over who you're pairing up with as well now.
Perfect. Okay, then that gives us probably that then it doesn't think about this till this this Saturday, but then let's reconnect and plan next meeting when you can do more research on each other. What about next week on Thursday, the same time?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it gives everybody really a good chance to think what is it, because I don't know as much as you know, guys. I just got this number of people, and we selected who we thought could be a good person to have on board, and we know we have to we want to as well to use it for you to meet, for us to meet you, and to produce something that you can use, and we can also present through the website and our social media to promote what you do and to promote the collaboration. That's really the whole idea behind it. Just not to lose the year because of the COVID, that we cannot do anything.
And can I ask, is everybody here? Because I remember you mentioned some people.
There were 20 people, but I don't think if people didn't show up, I cannot, accommodate it anymore. And if that, because it will be endless, there's always something. So people knew we have, and they didn't let me know. I did ask if that suits, so everybody was saying fine. So I don't think we will, and let's keep it open. But I'm happy to work with the group we have now. That probably will make more sense.
I just have a quick question in terms of, I know that there was a stipend attached to this, and I'm wondering if that stipend will be given to us prior to be able to fund for material cost.
This is the problem. I won't be able to do it up front because it's not in my hands. I have to get the material. I have to write the report. We will get the money, and I will try to get half, but to be very honest, because the Arts Council is also so completely snowed under with the changes, and it might not happen. In the very worst case scenario, it will be at the end of the project. Okay, I'm really sorry. I will do my best, but I cannot promise.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, because I think that will definitely affect what's possible within the next month or however long this process is.
Yes. No, I completely understand it. I will do my best, and if I only can, you will get the half upfront, the half at the end. But it's not completely something I really can influence much. Okay, Diviana.
No, I was just thinking that I think we could wait at least to finish this level 5, because maybe if we decide to do something together, for example, in an open space, we would be able to maybe to travel or to go to another place, because during the level 5 we just probably should do something online. But this is an option, but at the same time it would be nice if we would be able to go further than 5 kilometers if the both want and can and everything, then we would have this option.
You know what, I think extending, because we've already kind of waited what happens, and the things are constantly changing. I think let's work with what we have, and let's start the project. If some new opportunities come up and people will be able to avail of them, perfect. If people will be able to meet in person, fine. If not, we know at least this is our basic frame, and it can be extended, but we don't want to kind of wait and then have to go back to the same point. Okay, is that a good idea?
Yeah, true.
So guys, then I think we have quite of a plan. Just one more question. So you're getting back to me by Saturday. I'm getting back to you by Monday with some ideas which are not set in stone, and we are meeting next Thursday, which is, I will send it in an email. Next Thursday is the 19th. And on 19th, you will have, that will be a meeting for you to chat with each other, or with people who you want to chat to. There's also another opportunity. If the meeting of the whole group is maybe too cumbersome, if everybody agrees, I can share your email addresses. And
That's a good idea.
You could organize it this way. Depends, because you don't want one person to be overflown, like 20 people want to have a one-to-one Zoom with them. That's probably a bit too much, I think. So I'm happy to keep it to a group meeting and we work in this frame, or if you want to take over and do it by yourself, what do you think?
Let's keep it as a group.
Okay, yeah, I think it might give a better frame for everybody, and we will have this 1.5 hours next week that gives everybody enough time to connect with people. Okay, and then what do you think? Is end of December a good, think about it, we can confirm it next week. If end of December, for example, will be good time for you to think that you will be able to produce the pieces, and we start showing them and sharing them from mid-January. I wouldn't do anything in the first 2 weeks in January because people are in kind of weird state of being early in the year and not really paying attention to much other stuff. But you are open to
I think that's a good idea, the good timeline.
And then from mid-January, we are starting to present the pieces. Is that cool?
I just want to say that my January and December are incredibly busy, but if it would be really helpful for me to have dates as soon as we know them, because I already have my diary full through those dates. So okay. I just need to be able to shift and move.
Absolutely. So do you think by the end, would you be able to fit this project in December to work with somebody on producing
For
this
sure.
piece? Okay.
For sure. I just need to know my dates. Yeah.
Yes, it will be up to you because I won't be involved in the process of two of you producing it. So it's completely free. I don't need to be part of it. I would be just happy to be kept up to date and being in touch with everybody to know that it is happening and what is happening and if it's going fine. And then the whole process of sharing it, would be great if, I don't know if we will get any extra event around it, or maybe we will do one more Zoom to catch up and see how we can make sure that it stands out, that people know about it, that it gets as much publicity and attention as possible. Okay? Cool.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys? Have I missed anything?
No.
Cool. No. Okay. Then thank you so much. As soon as that is uploaded, I will have the video connected to our website so that you can look at this, and I'm waiting for you to get back to me, and I will send you an email and we talk next week. I will try to use the same link, and if it's not possible to make it as a recurring, then I will send you a new one.
I have one question. So we connect with each other next week. So or we're sending email on Saturday? Which one we're doing? I'm a bit
We are doing both. By this Saturday, please send me your names, who you think you would be happy to connect with. Okay, then I will get back to you by Monday and make some comment suggestions. And then next, but this is still vague, okay? And then next Thursday we have a meeting from 5:30 for breakout rooms that you can meet each other in tandems or pairs or bigger groups. I think one-to-one is probably the best idea for people who want to talk to each other. And if I know it before, then I can set up the breakout rooms at least for the first round, and then we can reset it. And guys, before you go, next Monday from 4 till 6 o'clock, it's actually most of the times shorter. We have the final talk from our annual meeting point for migrant and culturally diverse artists. We have Anne O'Connor from the Arts Council talking about funding opportunities and new supports from the Arts Council. I think it will be very, very useful session for you to take part in. If you can, please do. You probably got our email about it, and if not, then give me a second. I will just go to Eventbrite and will post you now in the chat the email. Just give me a second. Perfect.
Sorry, Monica, I have
Yes?
to go, but I will catch up with Sheila, what I'm missing from now on, okay?
Okay, no problem, no problem. You won't be missing much. There is the link now. Just copy this link, okay? And if you're interested, join us on Monday.
Thank you very much.
Okay? Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening, and I hope we will do something cool.
Bye.
Okay, thank you so much. Great to have you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.